Conan, did you get a chance to watch SmackDown this week?
Yes, I did.
Joe, what was the number? Pull the number up. I want to see what the number was. Because last week they did a decent number because they built that tag match up for a while. So
Right.
that was good. And they got. I mean,
this wasn't a good show because it was a holiday show and Roman wasn't there, and you could tell it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like they
right, but they kind of tried effort wise in like doing some story stuff, right?
Yeah, they did. The main event wasn't what I would call a great main event for SmackDown compared to what we've seen in the past. But go ahead.
It says 1.778 million.
1.778 million?
Yeah, it was down about 200,000.
Yeah. So SmackDown, it opens up recapping the Monday night stuff. Jimmy and Jay made their entrance and carried the Raw and SmackDown tag titles with them. And Cole said Randy Orton could barely stand up before last week's match due to a back injury, but he gutted it out. Cole said Orton Riddle would have won the match if not been for Roman Reigns, and Cole said Orton was undergoing consultations with neurosurgeons to determine the best course of action for his medical treatment. Is that all a shoot with his back?
I don't know.
The Usos welcome viewers of Friday Night SmackDown. They shook the fans, put their fingers in the air, and thanked Roman Reigns. The Usos know they've been in WWE for 12 years. They've been there for 12 years, huh?
Yeah,
how long has it been since remember when we were talking about, I was not a fan of them being the smiley, happy Samoans, all colorful and cartoonish, and that they should go gangster a little bit because they're more intimidating, and they did change their look. How long has it been since they changed their look, do you think?
A couple of years, maybe a little less. It kind of all started with that New Day feud with them, I think, right?
Yeah. The Usos said the while on the road and away from the families, the fans were there for them. They thanked the fans. They were silent for a moment, then an Usos chant broke out. They turned on the fans by saying the past 12 years and realized that they needed absolutely nobody. This was actually a good promo because he sounded very sincere, like they were cutting a babyface promo, and then just completely turned on and they booed him. They boasted about how the Bloodline holds all the gold, and they also mocked RK Bro. So Shinsuke comes out and said he and his partner challenged him to a tag title match, and Nakamura said his partner wanted to face him by himself, but he asked him to join the match. It's Riddle. Cole pointed out the Bloodline injured the partners of Riddle and Nakamura, and the duo walked to the ring, climbed the apron, and fought the Usos until they were knocked back to the floor. Riddle entered the ring and went after both Usos, who tossed him out of the ring, and Nakamura hang on a minute. And I just lost my spot here for some reason. Riddle entered the ring and went after both Usos, tossed him out of the ring, and Nakamura entered the ring and was outnumbered until Riddle performed a floating bro on both Usos. It's a dive. Riddle and Nakamura cleared the Usos from the ring, and Cole recapped Ronda Rousey beating Raquel Rodriguez in a competitive open challenge match 2 weeks ago. They showed the woman shaking hands afterwards, and McAfee said Rousey is honorable. Bro, my idea was so much better than this. Like, she should have turned on her after the match. After taking 90% of the match, she should have smacked her face and left her laying, and like this would be far more compelling of an angle. You know what I'm saying? But they're talking about mutual respect. There's too much like that these days. Shaking hands after the match, respecting your opponents, everything. It's like where's the heat? You know, this had the potential to have decent heat, but they're trying to sell something else now. Like they're respectable of each other. I don't know. It's like whatever.
They want Ronda to be a babyface.
Yeah, what did you think of the opening segment, Konnan? Anything?
Well, at first I was like, why are they doing a babyface promo? And they even stopped so the people could start chanting Usos, which they did. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I was like, all right, these guys are going to swerve them. There's no way they're turning babyface.
Right.
And I was right.
I didn't. You know? You got that. I did not think that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm thinking like, because wrestling these days there's this thing.
But why would they be faces? Why would they turn?
No, I'm aware of that, but my thing is like I thought that just because there's this thing these days where there's tweeners, I thought
they just took the title off the two biggest baby faces by cheating. Why? Because Roman had to get involved, and they came out and they said we did this with no help from nobody. Later. So why would they? Why would they turn face? That's what I was thinking. First I was like, first I thought was like at first I was like, are these guys turning faces? Because the people are gonna love them if they do. I go, but why would you turn them face? They got good heat,
Okay, here's what I was thinking. Literally while I was watching this. Okay, no lie. I was actually thinking that I wonder if they listen to this podcast And I wonder if the Usos are coming out right now and they're cutting a babyface promo, and Edge and Priest and what's their names are going to interrupt him and immediately ignite that feud with the Usos as the babyface and Edge and Priest as the heel tag team. That's what was going through my mind. Like, oh, they're cutting babyface, but then they just swerved him at the end, which is fine if they're going to continue.
I know they don't listen to this podcast because there's no way they'd sit through 2 hours of you power talking everybody. So yeah,
no, they don't listen.
They are the number one.
I do know this,
and you are the number two.
I will say this though. I know clips of our show are shared amongst those people. I do know that for 100%. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking.
So here, then here's the other thing. So they did a great job. They did a great job. They're good on the microphone. Those guys are money. Okay,
right.
But then Nakamura comes out, and bro, I gotta say this again. I'm a big Nakamura fan, but they seriously need to put subtitles on it.
Right.
Either that, or they're making fun of him backstage. Come on, the English is just.
I mean, let's be honest here.
His delivery is even weird when he talks.
Right, yeah. And I'm wondering if he's doing. I don't know the guy, right?
Right.
But this is funny. I'm going to give a little side story here. You know, like I usually say how I used to have to drive with the Iron Sheik, right? And like he always talked to us the same way. You know, his English is broken and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy's like lived here for 20 something years. I go, how can your English not be better? Okay, so it's like,
my mom's the same way. My mom's was in the country like 50 years, and she was still saying, "Hey, let's go get some chicken," or
right.
She would call ice cream easy cream. I go, "You've been here how many years? Nobody calls it easy cream. It's ice cream."
Because you're correcting her, but nobody else does. But the thing is like
I am correcting her, but right. Still, but when you live in Miami, you don't have to know English,
right?
Like we went to this restaurant, and I went with Stacy, bro, and they totally dissed her because she didn't speak Spanish, and then I started to speak Spanish, and then they treated her good, and I was like, wow, this is kind of weird. I just kind of saw reverse discrimination,
Well, but do you think it's reverse discrimination? But the fact is, they're just hiring a bunch of people that don't speak English. They don't really have time for the people that speak English. If you think about it, right? Like if you're a server and you've been hired at a Mexican restaurant, they hire everybody speaks Spanish.
Yeah, but Miami's a tourist hub. You want to have people that are bilingual, but still, there are parts there where if you don't know Spanish, you're and it's kind of funny because a lot of Americans there, they'll speak Spanish words, Cuban words that get along with the Cuban community, which is really cool. Right. And they're into the Cuban culture down there.
Right. But I will say this is just
but he still needs subtitles.
Right. And the thing was with the Usos promo, the way they did it, they got good heat when they turned on the fan. Yeah. Right. So it was a good react. Boob.
Right. And they made fun of him too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't care what you think. We don't care what you think. This was great. Right. And then Riddle came out and he got a humongous pop.
Yeah.
But you thought they were going to have a match, and they did like a awkward brawl. You know, it left me like, what?
Yeah, that was an awkward out.
Yeah.